What up, cappers? What up, gamblers? What up, Flipper13? What up, SBR videos, low bag viewers? No, I'm just kidding around. I have to admit, Jimmy the Bag's intro is at first glance, it seems pretty standard and nondescript, but it's very, very catchy and very, very infectious. And Jimmy the Bag is sick today. So, as happens to both of us all the time, we need physical breaks, physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion, all kinds of things happen during the sports betting year, doing our absolute best to make these shows as good as they possibly can. And Jimmy the Bag, you know, needs a day off. We're very, very happy to give it to him. So I'm going to be handling the morning show and probably the afternoon show. We'll see if he comes in the afternoon, but probably the afternoon show solo. And hopefully we'll be able to keep a brisk pace, maintain the entertainment. I'll be able to keep my sips of coffee and have some good calls. Last week overall for my picks was pretty good. It's kind of the opposite of what normally happens with me. I had two losers in MMA, but my college football picks killed it, and my MLB picks at the end of the week also did very well. Even Jimmy the Bag finished off on a 5-game or 6-game winning streak in last week in MLB. So all right, so I'm looking at all the comments here. We're going to try to keep a brisk pace. Once again, I'm going to try to read comments, do analysis, keep a brisk pace, keep things entertaining, not embarrass myself, not, you know, say the wrong word or mispronounce the player's or coach's name or something like that, and make a decent show, and also have a couple of seconds of a break for coffee sips here and there. Let me take a sip here. Once again, I did kill it in college football. Now, again, you know, people know I've been having some personal issues right about now, so I'm not as fully focused on college football as I normally would be, but my picks, most of my picks cash from last week, and my leans also cash, and I do share my leans, and I had a very good day with college football on Saturday, and there are a bunch of plays that I hit on the opening lines in college football. Now, are these plays going to be good as well? I don't know, but I'm going to share them with you. I might make a bunch of official plays, and I will certainly tell you all the bets that I made on the opening lines. Let's just quickly, let's see, Jessica Fine. Jessica Fine. Jesus Christ, it's Monday morning. Do something else with your life, baby. You're an attractive woman. Do something else with your life. How are you going to come in 3 minutes into the show on a Monday morning and start hating? Why don't you wait till like the Wednesday afternoon show, or I don't know, the Friday morning show? How are you going to come in? Did you see this shit, Freddie? Jessica Fine. She comes in 3 minutes into the Monday show and starts. Anyway, so Loshak scared to give out NFL picks, my baby. Yes, overall, I'm also not focusing on NFL as much as I normally would, and I feel like my handle on NFL right now is a little bit shallow. Although, you know, but I'm giving picks. My overall record is good, and I think I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on props during the week. But am I scared to give out NFL picks? Yeah. As of right now, at this point in the season, yes. I'm not scared to give out college football picks, but I am a little bit scared to give out NFL picks. So I'm probably going to keep not giving out NFL picks. Until I feel like I have a good handle on the season. Thankfully, my partner Jimmy the Bag is doing 2 awesome NFL shows every week with Whale Capper on Friday. So, you know, if you need NFL analysis, you're not lacking for it here at SBR Videos, Jessica Fine. Watch Jimmy the Bag's shows with Donnie Rightside, with Whale Capper. If you need NFL analysis, you can find it at SBR Forum, at sbrvideos.com, right? It's just not going to be me at this point in the beginning of the season. So let's see. What else do we have here? Shout out to Match Fixing Alerts. And in Iraq, yeah, we will get into handicapping, but I just want to review the weekend. I want to review my college football picks. Kingsley Maydew says, Loshak, where's the bag? You know, out with a slight injury. Reports are it's not too bad. Reports are he may be back as soon as this afternoon, but the guy deserves a freaking day off. And yeah, Annie Marak says, Pete, I'm still steamed as hell about Barao losing that fight. Sorry, everybody, for the losers in MMA. Yeah, I just had 2 plays. In retrospect, I still feel like, what's his name, Inside the Distance, was a pretty good play. I feel like he could have easily gotten a knockout and we were getting a big dog line. And the Barao fight, I don't know. When I bet it, it was minus 125. When I gave it as a pick, it was minus 152. What were the true fair odds for Barao in that fight? I'm not exactly sure, but the basic analysis, I think, was pretty sound. Barao was a legit legend. Obviously on the tail end of his career, but facing a guy who was stepping way up in class, was facing regional fighters. The guys that Ewell was beating had records of like 0-11, 2-15. If Jessica Fine was a hater on MMA fighters, she would be hating on all the guys that Ewell beat. So, I think a bet on Barao at minus 125 was justified. At minus 152, maybe or maybe not. That's okay, Annie Marak. We both still have awesome records overall in MMA, and I'm looking very much forward to the next MMA card. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Let's see. Shout out. Okay, I'm looking for comments here. Noah Lastark says 24-5 on props, all documented. Shout out to Noah Lastark. That is awesome. And again, if your bet size is relatively modest, the props markets are a lot easier to beat than the sides and totals, where the sharps are betting big amounts. So Kobe Valentine, I know, has been killing props. Noah Lastark has been killing props. Probably not going to be able to maintain a 24-5 record, but a 60%, low 60s success rate long-term in the props markets in NFL and NBA is absolutely doable. It's extremely impressive, but it's not an unsustainable thing. I know people who do that, and that's why the limits are so low, because they are beatable, and the books, account for that by just having very low limits and say, if you can come in and beat us, go for it. You can hit us for $100 or $300 a prop, and congratulations. But they're not going to let you bet $5,000 on an NFL prop because they are beatable. So congratulations to you, Noah Lastark. Congratulations to Kobe Valentine. I highly, highly recommend people following Noah Lastark's props and Kobe Valentine's props, because though that winning percentage is sustainable going forward. I mean, it's likely that they will both be profitable going forward. All right, so let's see some other comments here coming in. Dom Ricci says, I had a big week myself, 8-2. NFL posted on Twitter. NCAA 8-4-2. Very nice, Dom Ricci. Check it out. This is a Dom Ricci gift. Thank you very much, Dom Ricci. I'm wearing it. It's not as comfortable as the Mr. Gokster hat that was given to me, but it's way cooler looking than the Mr. Gokster hat, so I decided to wear it today. Let's see. Okay, other comments coming in. Yep, Kobe Valentine, 19-5 on NFL props, and I got 6 more for tonight. Again, these guys who are hitting NFL props at a huge rate, a little bit is probably due to variance, but not all of it. These are beatable markets. Congratulations to you, Kobe Valentine, and I am very, very, very much looking forward to what you have for us in NFL tonight as far as props are concerned. Those are the plays that I was recommend, because as Jessica Fine astutely noticed, I am definitely scared to give out NFL picks right now, which is fine, because we have motherfuckers like Noah Lastark, motherfuckers like Kobe Valentine, and many others who can give us NFL props. And, my whole goal with this show is just to have it be entertaining, have it be informative, and one way or another to give out winning picks. If I can do it, great. If the comment section can do it, great. If I can direct people to the comment section where to find winning picks, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do here. All right, so let's look at some other comments. Then I want to quickly review college football, and then we'll get into MLB, and then we will get into college football, the opening lines, because there are a bunch of plays that I did hit. I'll tell you one right now. TCU minus 11 over Iowa State. I don't know whether that line has moved since I bet it, but that's a bet that I made. Shout out to Art Hayes. Hey, Loshak. Let's see. Shout out to Kyle Jack. Kyle Jack, how about that play on Ohio? They cashed. Thank you very much. Kyle Jack saw that one as well, and later on endorsed it in the week. Shout out to Kyle Jack, our resident Mac expert. Let's see. A lot of people seems like they're having good had good weekends. Congratulations to everyone. Of course, NFL was crazy yesterday. We'll get into it. Shout out to Raul Rogers. Shout out to Alejandro Blanco, KG, match fixing alerts. Shout out to you, match fixing alerts. Sharp guy. Welcome his commentary. High standard match fixing alerts has for sports betting analysis, as he should. And I try to at least get near it, if not over it. Shout out to you, match fixing alerts. I'm looking for other comments coming in. Yes, Kyle Jack, we did it again on the Mac. Jaden TV says good vibes this week. Shout out to you, Jaden TV. Grant Hunt says, Pete, we got to take Ohio State -4, right? I mean, obviously that's the most controversial, or maybe not the most, but one of the short list for most interesting line of the week. Penn State, a home dog. Do we have to take Ohio State? I don't know. I'm going to look into it. I have no opinion on that one as of right now. It's obviously an interesting, fascinating game, and people will be analyzing it ad nauseum all week long. All right, so shout out Bill Buttlicker. Wow, Pete, no love for me giving out plus 800 winners? No love for you, Bill Buttlicker. Okay, moving on. Match fixing. Now, of course, Bill Buttlicker. Shout out to you, Bill Buttlicker. I'm doing this all alone here. I'm trying to. No, Bill Buttlicker, I have a special place in my heart for you. You are friggin' awesome, Mr. Bill Buttlicker. Shout out to Native Queen. Shout out to and Noah Lastark. Okay, I agree. Ohio State -4 over Penn. So already the opinions are coming in on Ohio State. Okay, That's interesting. I mean, I'm not sure what, I'm not sure what I think about that as of right now. I'm like, wow, what do I think about this? I don't know. Yes, shout out to big shout out to you, Bill Buttlicker. Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? What else do we have here? Comments coming in. Of course, love for you, Bill Buttlicker. You know that's a joke when you say no love for me, and then I say that's correct, no love for you. Moving on, and then I say, oh, of course I'm kidding around. You know how I roll, Bill Buttlicker. Shout out to you, Bill Buttlicker. All right, people already leaning Ohio State. Brant Hunt and a few others already leaning Ohio State. Let's see. All right, let's see. Other comments. Vegas Gun 1 says, my mom is watching, says Pete is cute. Is she available? It always seems like ever since I was like freaking 13 years old, all the chicks that were not available thought I was like the hottest guy ever. Any chick who was available, different story. Yes, shout out to Vegas Gun's mom. Shout out to you, Vegas Gun 1. I love you, Vegas Gun. Huge shout out to you, Vegas Gun. Angel Romero, pow! What up, Loshak? What up, Angel Romero? We missed you, Angel Romero. Welcome back to the, or maybe you've been here. I've just been, crazy weeks. All right, let's see. All right, so, okay, let's get into, all right. Let's see, what do we have here? KG liking Syracuse, plus 22. All right, so let's just quickly review college football. This will take about a couple of seconds. Again, yesterday, my leans, on Saturday, my leans and picks all overall did very well. I had a couple duds like Wake Forest, and I felt bad about that. I bet it at 7.5. I saw it down at 6. I was like, this makes me feel nervous. And of course, they got blown out. That was a loser. But Ohio, that was one of my official picks. Toledo, that was one of my official picks. Those were two of the official picks I gave the first Monday. Those both cashed. I think those were both great calls. Wake Forest was not an official pick, was definitely a lead. No, definitely a play that I bet. And I felt nervous about it the whole week, and it wound up losing. I did also feel nervous about Wisconsin the whole week though, and that wound up winning. That was one of my official picks that cashed. North Carolina, I mentioned that I liked them all week long. That was a lead, not a pick, but I bet that one, and that cashed. The Georgia game landed right on 14. Very interesting. So if you bet it at 14, you got to push. If you got 14.5, that's why line shopping is so important. Let me just quickly remind myself of what happened this weekend in college football. I also said I like Florida State. That was another lean that I had. I bet it. I told everyone it was a lean. Didn't give it as an official pick, and I should have, because that was a winner for sure. West Virginia also was another pick that I said I had a lean on. Another pick that I bet, and that one cashed. Baylor was also a play that I said I was liking. I said I was going to wait until it dropped down to 7 to give it as an official pick, and it did drop down to 7, and I still didn't give it as an official pick. But that was a play that I bet, and I mentioned it, and I leaned, and it was a lean. The Virginia Tech ODU game, unreal. I didn't have any opinion on that, but the result is obviously eye-popping. Oregon State, that was a lean and a bet, and that one lost, and they got blown out, and that was probably a bad call. South Carolina, that wound up being my 2-unit play in the prick, and I made that one an official pick, so that was a winner. TCU, Texas, congratulations to everyone who had Texas. I had the under on that one, which cashed by a hair. And shout out to everyone on in the pre-snap reads show. Ian Cameron, I think, and I forgot who, or maybe Ian Cameron went head-to-head with Joe Gavassi. Ian Cameron had Texas plus the points. I did not see that one coming, but I did have the under on that one. Just scanning, refreshing my memory, and then we'll get into MLB. Let me see. Florida, Tennessee. Yeah, I had the under on that one, and that one was a loser. Florida exploded, and I think I'm fading Florida this week. We will talk about that one. Kentucky, Mississippi State. I did not have the balls to bet Kentucky or give it as a lean, but Al McMorty gave that one out very, very confidently in the pre-snap read show. Congratulations to Al McMorty. Kentucky is going up against South Carolina. That's an interesting matchup. We'll see how that turns out. UNLV, covered by a hair. I said I bet that one. I did. And, of course, I also took Army against Oklahoma. I took Army plus the points in the Oklahoma under. That was not my handicapping. That was a blind tale of someone in the comments section, and I bet those, so thank you for that. So overall, I had a few losers, but it was a great week overall. Let me see what else happened. Wisconsin, Wisconsin cashed. I had that one, and that was about it. So I'm hoping to do it again this week. All right, so let's just quickly check recent comments, and then we'll get into MLB. Jason Morales says MLB today looks nice. Southpaw likes the Rockies -1. We'll talk about that. Hold on. Yes. All right. Okay. Match fixing alert saying let's move on to MLB. Superior Sports, Ohio State low-hanging fruit. And Native Queen says she's going to put a preseason NBA in the show. Starts Friday. Awesome, Native Queen. All right, let's get into MLB. Sorry we had all that. I took so much time bullshitting around and looking at college football. All right, so MLB. Some interesting stuff here. First of all, Miami and Washington. Strasburg against Alcantara. Alcantara, of course, struggled in his last start. Strasburg is doing quite well, and I like the under here, and I definitely bet the Miami first 5 team total under as well. Strasburg can blow up at any point, but it feels like he's on his game. It feels like he is perfectly healthy. No reason to think otherwise. And I did take Miami first 5 team total under at 1.5. I got it at -130, and I'll add that one. I'll start things off with that. Miami first 5 innings team total under 1.5. -130. That's the current line at Bookmaker. I'm a believer in Strasburg at the moment. The Miami lineup should be able to get held down here, and I will take a shot with that one. 1.5 -130. Not exactly sure what to expect from Alcantara, but I'm leaning second half under on this one and the full game under as well. So the second half under would definitely be a lean. I did bet that one. And the full game under is also a lean. I did bet that one as well. It's now down to 7.5, and the second half under is 3.5 minus 130. I know that Miami has a dog shit bullpen, but I'm definitely leaning second half under on this one and full game under. The strongest one though is the Washington first 5 team total under. Hoping that I don't know if I want to triple down on this one. Let's see what anyone else has to say about this one. Kobe says this is Strasburg's last start. He just wants season to end. He doesn't care about this game. I like the Marlins to win. Yes. This is one thing I've seen in MLB in my entire career. A lot of times at the very end of the first half, and more so at the end of the regular season, the very last start that pitchers make are a lot of times strong, stark reversals of form from what they were doing leading up to that. You see that a lot in the first half, leading up to the All-Star break, and you see it even more so at the end of the regular season. I learned that the hard way. So Kobe Valentine makes a great friggin' point here. Shout out to Kobe Valentine. This is Strasburg's last start. He just wants the season to end. He doesn't care about this game. I like the Marlins to win. You might be making a great call there, Kobe Valentine. I'm very nervous at the end of the regular season in MLB betting on a pitcher who's been stringing together a bunch of great starts in his last start to repeat that performance. But I'm going to do it here. I did bet it. Miami first half team total under 1.5 -130. You might be right there, Kobe Valentine, but I'm going to Native Queen says, no, Pete. I was asking if you were going to cap NBA preseason. I am not planning on doing that, but I'm assuming that King Rail and Ski Profit from the King's Court show are going to be looking at the preseason games. I'm assuming that they will. I hope that they will, and we'll see what they do in that. But we're very lucky that King Rail and Ski Profit are now coming in and being the basketball experts, the go-to show. Obviously, King Rail more than proved himself in the WNBA season. We'll see what he can do in NBA. I know that his favorite way to bet NBA is with live betting, which is pretty astute. But I have a feeling that's going to be a great show all NBA season long, and that they might go into NBA preseason. But I don't know. We'll ask them. We'll see. We'll find out. Okay. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Jaden TV staying away from this game. Yeah. Not Apple says Miami is risky. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Yeah, Noli Knows likes the Washington Miami under. So do I. But I shout out to Brooke Jordan. I like the under. I like the under here. It's a tricky spot for Strasburg for all the reasons that Kobe Valentine identified. Kobe Valentine likes Tampa Bay money line, Miami money line, Pittsburgh money line. My dog plays of the day. Then St. Louis, Colorado, San Francisco, and LA Dodgers. Yeah. Pittsburgh with going up against Cole Hamels is also a play that I like and I bet, and we may as well go on to that game. 2 plays, no-brainer plays that I made here. I did take Pittsburgh first half, and I did take Pittsburgh first half team total over 1.5. Obviously, Tyone is doing great, and obviously Hamels appears to be wearing down, coming back down to earth just a little bit. I think I like the Pittsburgh team total over more, but I like the Pittsburgh first half money line as well. It's just 1.5, which is unreal. Obviously, Hamels could return to his awesome form and shut down the Pirates, but I think more likely than not, he struggles just a little bit. I'll take that one. Pittsburgh first half team total over 1.5 -120. First half team total over 1.5 -120. That's basically a play on Hamels maybe wearing down a little bit. He is a veteran. He's had a long run of nice starts. Looks like he might be wearing down a little bit, coming back down to earth, and it's a low first half total at just 1.5. So I'm definitely going to take that one. and also just Pittsburgh on the first 5 innings money line is also almost as tempting. It's plus 130 right now across the board. It's headed down, and I'm looking at Pinnacle right now, plus 137. A little bit trappy. I like the first 5 team total over for Pittsburgh more, but I mean, Tyone is looks like he's not wearing down. Again, this is at the tail end of the regular season. A guy with Tyone's profile is a guy who makes me a little bit nervous. So I could see maybe the over being a good play here. I'm going to hold on this one, hold off on Pittsburgh first half just for now. I'm going to stick with the first half team total over 1.5. Minus 120. Check comments and we'll go to another game here. Let's see. Oh, there you go. King Rail. Good morning, low baggers. And yes, we will be capping preseason. Thanks for the plug, Pete. Preseason, once again, similar to NFL preseason. I've been doing well with NHL preseason as well. And these preseason markets are tricky. They are very, very beatable, but they're not like the regular season. You have to know what to look for. You have to, understand the idiosyncrasies and what are the determining factors, the important factors. But most professional sports bettors, the guys who bet big, would say that the NFL preseason is way more beatable than the NFL regular season. I think they would say the same thing about the NBA preseason and the NHL preseason as well. Again, though, they're very idiosyncratic. You have to know what to look for. It's all about motivation, who's in the lineup, who's out of the lineup, what the game plans are intended to be from the coaches. And but if you have King Rail and Ski Profit digging deep into the friggin' NBA preseason games, there's going to be some edges there that they're going to be able to identify because again, they're if you know what you're looking for, the edges are more pronounced than during the regular season. All right, so let's see other comments coming in. Ada Queen says, so what are your preseason NHL picks? Let me see. I usually bet them closer to the first puck, but I will get to that in a second. I'll certainly share with you what I'm thinking about doing or gonna do. Let me see. I'm looking at the preseason lines right now. I was thinking about Dallas is the only one that I hit. Dallas is the only one I've hit for now. There might be some others later when I go into my research, but Dallas is definitely one that I hit. I will share that one with you. Dallas is definitely one that I hit on the -1 line. I bet these NHL preseason games on the -1s when I'm betting favorite, of course. All right, so hold on one second. Just hold on 1 second right here, and I will put my my greens back, and then we'll get into some other MLB games here. Another game that I like. The Cleveland White Sox game is very interesting. Same kind of deal with the Miami and Washington game. I'm leaning White Sox first 5 team total under. Leaning White Sox second half. I did bet both of those. Leaning White Sox on the full game. The question is just, is Kluber going to be fully motivated here? I think probably motivated enough. And of course, Covey's last start out of the blue was awesome. I faded Covey in his last start, and I lost. That was a mistake. But I'm leaning first 5 under here. I'm leaning White Sox first 5 team total under. I know it's another situation where Kluber might not necessarily be fully motivated to have a lights out start here. I think he'll probably be okay. It's tempting. It's tough. I'm leaning under, leaning White Sox team total unders, and leaning White Sox on the second half as well. I want to think about what I want to do here. Let's see. R2D2 Finland. Shout out to R2D2 Finland says Pete Cleveland under. I already bet the under in that game. I bet the White Sox first 5 team total under, and I bet the second half under, and I bet the White Sox on the second half. Let's see. Jason Morales, I like Kluber against the White Sox. Red Girl says, Pete, I'm going to have a video for you today. Great. Awesome. Bowie Valentine, Kluber has a 4 ERA on the road. Cleveland awesome. Grueling series against Boston and extra innings last night. I can guarantee Cleveland sits a lot of players. Yeah. The big question mark here is just Covey. Covey's last start, amazing, right? Strikeouts, grounders, everything. Can he repeat it? I think probably yes. I'm leaning under on this one, and the question is, all right. So let's see. Other definitely leaning under. Jason Morales, I like Kluber against the White Sox. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Yes, Cleveland under. R2D2 Finland likes that one. Let me see. I'm looking for comments. Dave LA likes the over in Chicago. Okay, I think he's talking about the Cubs game. Let's see. All right. DJ Big Boss says, damn, Pete, is that the best NY hat you can find over there? No, this was a gift from Dom Ricci. I like this hat. You know, DJ Big Boss, you don't like this hat? Okay, I tremendously respect your opinion. I need all honest feedback always. If you think my picks are shitty, tell me. If you think my wardrobe is suspect, tell me. If you think my hat is not up to standard, tell me. I love this hat. Anything someone gives me as a gift, I cherish. Worth $1 million to me. All right, so let's see. What else do we have going on here? Other comments. All right, so other MLB games that I bet. I was thinking that Philly on the -1 line might be worth a shot. I know people are liking Colorado here. I know Philly's going cross country with nothing to play for, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not sure I trust Anderson in this spot, though. I don't trust Eflin either. But I think this is one of those old situations where the underdog as a on the alternative run line, on the reverse run line, might have some value. Another game that I bet was the under in Texas at the Angels. Pena against Sampson. Pena coming off of an iffy start, but, I think he's going to bounce back here. I got it at 9. See, now it's down to 8.5. I don't know if I want to take it at 8.5. I really liked it at 9. 8.5 is a little bit more questionable. The Kershaw game against Ray is a tough one. Arizona really having problems hitting. Ray continues to be who he is. Maybe Dodgers second half. Maybe Kershaw will be more vulnerable here. This is a tricky one. I'm not sure I trust Arizona here against Kershaw at all, even though I am looking for good lineups to hit Kershaw. I wouldn't be surprised if Kershaw gets hit here, actually. Slightly into Arizona on the first half, and then slightly into the Dodgers on the second half, coming back the other way. But the bets I made on the overnight, I bet the under in Texas Angels at 9. It's now down to 8.5. I bet Philly -1. I did. I bet the under in the Cleveland White Sox game. I bet the White Sox first 5 team total under, and I bet White Sox second half. I bet Pittsburgh first 5 team total over, and I also bet Pittsburgh on the money line. The Boston game, I bet second half under, and I also lean under on this one in general, and I'm thinking that will definitely be a play. The Houston-Toronto game is tricky, is tough. And the Miami-Washington game, I bet the under on the overnight line. And in the morning, I bet second half under, 3.5 -130, and the Miami first half team total under as well. Let me look at this Boston-Baltimore game. Another tough one. Let me find this one. Boston and Baltimore. Yeah, Eovaldi against Bundy. Both these guys can be good when they're on. Both these guys, of course, can get hit when they're not. I'm thinking the second half under might be a nice little play there. Let me just check a couple of a couple of things here. Yeah, and I will throw that one on there. Baltimore, Boston, second half under. I got it at 3.5 -105, and that will be an official play. Baltimore, Boston, second half under, 3.5 -105. I'd be leaning under on the full game as well. Although Eovaldi and Bundy, of course, make me nervous, and I'm sure everyone can understand why that would be. So as of right now, Miami first 5 team total under, 1.5 -130. Pittsburgh first 5 team total over, 1.5 -120. And Baltimore, Boston second half under, 3.5 -105 are my only official plays. Leans are second half under in Washington, Miami. Let me see. Full game under in the Baltimore-Boston game, even though it's 9. I got it at 9.5, but even though it's 9, full game under. Lean to Pittsburgh -1, and lean to the Pittsburgh team total over as well in the full game. Cleveland White Sox, lean to White Sox on the second half. Lean to White Sox first half team total under. Lean to White Sox and Cleveland first half under as well at 4.5. Philly -1, definitely a lean there. The Dodgers game, I don't even know if I have a lean. Texas Angels, if it was 9, it would be official pick at 8.5. That's just going to be a lean as well. And of course, I'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Might convert a whole bunch of these plays to official leans. As Kobe said, there is very likely to be unexpected changes in the lineups for a lot of these games, especially with the Cleveland game. Let's see, any comments coming in? Let's see, comments coming in. Let's see. Kobe says Carlos Correa is questionable against Toronto. Kobe says Bogarts is doubtful against Baltimore. Isaac Hagan says, done with baseball. I'm tailing. This is I'm trashing this sport. Take the over tonight, first quarter and half and game. He's talking about the Steelers game, of course. Brooke Jordan likes the Rockies money line. A lot of people really liking the Rockies money line. Southpaw says Philly is -20 units against the money line in road games and night games over the last 2 seasons. Lamont Williams, I think Colorado might take it. They got a lot to play for. I understand why. Brooke Jordan also likes Cleveland on the run line. Yeah, I can understand why. I was just thinking that Philly might be the play here. I just don't trust Anderson at all, really. Oh, and Tyler Anderson has been scratched. Okay, so that scotches the whole bet. It cancels my my bets on it. All right, so we'll talk about the Colorado Philly game later on in the evening show. All right, let's see. Other comments. I'm going to take a sip of coffee now. Let's see, comments coming in. SM says Antonio Brown will get 7.5 over receptions, and the Steelers will cash the money line at plus 105. Yeah, interesting line move in favor of Tampa Bay. Other comments coming in. Let's see. Big Ragu says, love the hat. It's an NY special. You can't buy it anywhere but NY. Yeah, I think it's a pretty hip hat. What the hell do I know? The fuck do I know? The hell do I know? All right, let's see. Other comments here coming in. I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at this. Looking for comments here. Taking just a quick break to look for comments. Nick Dial taking the Bucks tonight. The Bucks have obviously taken a lot of money. R2D2 Finland likes Philly first 5. Okay, with the pitching change, we'll review this at 6 o'clock. Beatles came in late. Where did Jimmy? Did he get pink eye? No, just taking a half day off, maybe a huge day off, maybe a full day off. Let's see. Don Ricci says the magic is ending. What magic is ending, Don Ricci? What magic is ending? What magic are you referring to, Don Ricci? Which magic is Don Ricci referring to? All right, so, yeah, Mr. Gokster, Pete, buddy, what's your favorite second half play today, fella? I guess it would be Baltimore-Boston second half under 3.5 minus 105. That's the only play that I've given officially here. That's the only play I've given officially. Other plays that I would be leaning towards, Miami at plus 130. White Sox as a huge home underdog here. That is very, very tempting. The White Sox as a massive home underdog. Second half. I mean, I bet that one. And you know what? I will give that one. I'll give that one. I kind of can't not give it. White Sox second half plus 210 is going to be an official pick. White Sox second half plus 210. The dog line is just too huge. As Kobe said, not a great spot for Cleveland. Don't know what we're going to get from Covey. I suspect Covey's going to be good. And the White Sox -1 might be a sneaky good play. The White Sox on the alternative run line here at Bet365 is plus 500. So the White Sox -1 would be like plus 400 or something like that. And if Covey is on his game, you're going to, which I suspect he will be, you're going to have a nice edge there, I think. Again, leaning first half under White Sox and Cleveland. First half under White Sox at Cleveland. That's definitely a lean. Full game under in the Boston-Baltimore game anyway, despite the fact that Eovaldi and Bundy are vulnerable. And I did bet that one. Grabbed it at 9.5. And yeah, it's already down to, oh my God, it's already down to 8.5. Jesus Christ. Wow. I was just about to go and give it at 9. Fuck. And now it's down to 8.5. If the Boston game and the Angels game were at 9, I would be making both of those official picks. But they were the Angels game moved to 9, and the Boston game was 9. I mean, the Angels game moved to 8.5, and the Boston game was 9 a few seconds ago, and it just dropped down to 8.5 everywhere. Man. 12:32. Here at SBR Odds, you can check the line histories. You can see here that it was at 12:32 Eastern time that it dropped from 9 to 8.5 at Pinnacle just 2 minutes ago. Damn. I was going to give that. I was just going to give that. All right. I think that might be about it for MLB. We can move on. Let me see. Any other comments coming in? Shout out to Walter Trotter over in the UFC game. My man, Walter Trotter. What a friggin' call. The market moved to the under. The huge market moved to the under. Little Walter Trotter in his video, take the over. Who was right? The massive market. Walter Trotter in his video killed it on that call. He also said he was leaning Washington State, which covered. Great call on the friggin' Washington State USC game. Walter Trotter, for everyone who missed it, Walter Trotter made a video saying that he liked the over in that game, despite the fact that the market was moving the other way. led me to say that I was leaning USC team total under, team total over, which did cash. Walter Trotter said he was also leaning Washington State plus the points, but his actual pick, his pick in the video was on the over. Soared over. Washington State covered closely. Nailed it, Walter Trotter. That was in the video in the Low Bag Show. Huge shout out to Walter Trotter. What an awesome friggin' call. What an awesome read on that game. Walter Trotter, shout out to you. All right, move on. All right, so in MLB, I got White Sox second half plus 210, Baltimore, Boston second half under 3.5, Pittsburgh first half team total over 1.5, Miami first half team total under 1.5. Other leans would be the Miami Washington game second half under, and that one, that one I might convert to a pick right now. I mean, I bet that one. No real reason not to take it other than just overthinking myself here, fear and all that kind of thing. And I will take that one. I'll take Miami, Washington second half under 3.5 minus 130. I'll throw that one on. What are we going to get from Strasburg? Not exactly sure. Reason to believe that he might not care about this game. Same deal with Kluber. But I will throw on Miami, Washington second half under 3.5 minus 130. 3.5 minus 130. That's an official play. All right, so I've added that one on there as well. And let me just quickly check what the Pittsburgh full game team total is. 3.5 minus 104. That is also a play I'm leaning because I'm thinking that if Hamels gets hit a little bit, that he might give up 4 runs himself in the first 5 innings. And I'm wondering what our resident expert on Pittsburgh Pirates games, Pate Latte, thinks about this one. I'm thinking Pittsburgh's gonna hit Hamels at least a little bit. I know he's a wily, crafty veteran who knows how to bounce back from bad outings, knows how to get outs when his stuff is off. All right, I'll hold off on that one for now. But I'm definitely leaning Pittsburgh full game, team total over 3.5 as well. All right, we'll look at some comments, and then we'll move on. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Just drinking some coffee here on a Monday morning. I love everyone in this comment section. I friggin' love everyone in this comment section. Just chilling out here on a Monday morning. Dom Ricci says, Pete, not your magic, it's everlasting. Dom Ricci, thanks for the hat. I'm wearing it. I love it. Mr. Gokser says, Pete, you're a beauty butt. Inspire me every day. Ralph Portuando says, Pirates can't hit worth a damn. I know. In general, that is true. In this spot, I think they might be able to put up a few points. All right. That's it for MLB. Now let's move on. We'll move on to NFL. I really want to share my college football plays that I did bet on the opening lines, and I think I might make a bunch of them official picks. But I guess we should start with NFL, as my hater Jessica Fine astutely has noticed. I am scared to give out NFL picks right now. I feel like my read on the NFL right now is not great. I just haven't had time to delve into it as much as I would like. So I'm being cautious. My overall NFL record is positive, and I'm focusing on props more than anything else. Kobe Valentine has a bunch of props that he's going to share with us for the Pittsburgh-Tampa Bay game, and obviously a big line move in favor of a massive line. I'm talking about a massive line move here in favor of Tampa Bay. I mean, in NFL, as we know, anything that crosses a key number is a big line move. You don't go from +3 to -1.5 in the NFL every day. That is a massive, massive freaking line move. Of course, Tampa Bay opened as a 3-point home underdog. Now they're -1 or 1.5 market wide. That is just there must be so much money coming in on Tampa Bay. I do believe that I'm trying to remember, some of our pre-snap read show guys actually liked Pittsburgh in this one. I'm trying to refresh my memory. No, maybe it's not, but someone likes Pittsburgh. Some people that I know are really liking Pittsburgh here. I can't exactly remember who. Jimmy the Bag, of course, gave an official play on the over in the Pittsburgh game, and that line has gone way up. I forgot what Jim's line was. I think he got like 51.5 or something. Maybe it's 53.5. But Jimmy the Bag likes the over, and that over continues to be headed up. Let me see what Jimmy got. Yeah, no, he got 53. Okay, nice. So he got 53 on his official play, and it's now up to 54 or 54.5. So that's a big line move there as well. So obviously, the market expecting a big offensive day from Tampa Bay. Big market move in favor of Tampa Bay and big market move in favor of the over. I'm gonna search for some props that I'm thinking about here. I'm gonna do some more intensive research later on in the day. As of right now, I'm gonna pass on this one, and here we go. Kobe Valentine sharing his props. Listen up, people. These are probably positive EV bets right here. Okay, are they 80% value bets? Maybe not. Are they upper 50s? Probably. Yes. So let's listen up. Okay, Kobe Valentine props. Big Ben over 315.5 passing yards. Connor over 70.5 rushing yards. Brown over 8 receptions. Jackson over 61.5 receiving yards. Evans over 80.5 receiving yards. Longest rush under 22.5 yards. Those are probably positive EV bets right there. 80%? No. Upper 50s, low 60s? Very likely, people. Bet size appropriately, but I would recommend tailing those plays, and I might do it myself. Once again, Kobe's props. Big Ben over 315.5 passing yards. Connor over 70.5 rushing yards. Brown over 8 receptions. Jackson over 61.5 receiving yards. Evans over 80.5 receiving yards. Longest rush under 22.5 yards. And someone else earlier in the show said he also liked the Brown over receptions. I think he quoted 7.5. Tomarino Tomor says, I think the value is on the over. Pittsburgh always has a bad defense, and now they can't run consistently. That prevents them from being able to protect the bad defense. Very nice. Tomarino Tomor. Let's see. Walter Trotter says, love that Connor and Evans, not because I have them starting this week either. Okay. John Roy says, Warren Sharp likes the over. Yes, the over is headed up. The over is headed up. But there you go. Big Ragu, not tonight, likes the under. Wow, a Native Queen. I'm leaning strong to the under. Wow. Damn. Big Ragu says way under in the Pittsburgh-Tampa Bay game. Damn. Tom Rio says Pittsburgh isn't used to the heat either. They likely won't have much pass rush in the second half. Lamont Williams likes Tampa Bay Buccaneers. R2D2 Finland. I'm on the over and moneyline Steelers. Chad Costanza, fade the public, Pittsburgh and the under. That's right, Dom Ricci. Donnie and Whale-Capper were on the Steelers. Same. Yeah, shout out to you, Dom Ricci. Yes, for reminding me. Yes, that's right. That's right. Teddy Covers was on the Steelers, and Donnie and Whale-Capper both on the Steelers. Those are no jokes of opinions right there. I understand the entire market is moving strongly towards Tampa Bay. When you got Teddy, Donnie, and Whale-Capper on the Steelers, that means something to me. Even if you had any one of those guys, that would mean something. All three of them, that means something. Let's see. Other comments coming in. All right, so let me see. Glenn Elliott Mann likes Tampa Bay. Red Girl says Steelers have a lot going on in the locker room. Once again, we're seeing strong opinions on both sides here, and that's why these lines are sharp. That's why a lot of times the prop bets are the easiest way to go, and the sides that have the clearest non-debatable value. Tom Ricci, Tampa Bay Corners are not going to have an easy time tonight. Okay, let's see. Chad Costanza, Tampa has a lot of defensive backs out. All right. Okay. So there we go. I wonder if Noah, I'm going to check Noah Lastark's Twitter to see if he has any props on tonight's game. Kobe Valentine has very, very graciously given us his props, which I have copied and pasted here, and I will repeat in the evening show, and I'll probably tail them myself. And I think that's about it. I'm going to do a lot more research on this game in the afternoon. We'll see if Jimmy the Bag is in the afternoon show, which he might be. And we will talk about this, of course, a lot more in the 6 o'clock show. Let's see. Don Ricci said, I took Pitt yesterday. Do or die for Pittsburgh, who lost 4 in 20. Tomarino Tomor says, if you like Tampa Bay, wait until right before the game. The public will likely be on Pitt. So we'll see if Pittsburgh comes back, if maybe Pittsburgh closes as a 1-point favorite. Okay. All right. Let's see. KG says under, bad weather tonight. And SM, that's right, SM says Brown, 7.5 receptions over at Bet365, best line, and Evans, 5.5 receptions over. So SM agreeing with Kobe Valentine on Brown's over receptions. Kobe Valentine quoted 8. SM says that 7.5 is available currently at Bet365. That's another thing you can do. When you're betting props, because the market is not as tight as the full game sides and totals, there can be a bigger discrepancy in the lines from book to book. Now, the difference is that I don't think we have props at SBR odds, so you can't use the SBR odds free line shopping service to line shop for props. But you can easily check whatever books you have, and you will notice a bigger discrepancy book to book on prop odds than on sides and totals normally. Okay, so, and here we go. Kobe Valentine says Steelers are 1-7 ATS in their last 8 games overall. Buccaneers are 4-0 ATS in their last 4 games overall. Trenton Claxton, Pittsburgh, free money, y'all. Tomorio Tomor, the refs will likely favor Pitt with some calls. Pittsburgh going 8-2 is not good for business. Excellent, excellent, excellent insight there, Tomorio Tomor. Yes, I definitely weigh that in my handicapping and always have, especially in the NFL. Frank Alexander predicts a score of 30-27, so he likes the over. R2D2 Finland, Steelers win 30-24. The Native Queen says, no disrespect, Donnie and Whale Capper, but they both like the over in New England, Detroit. No, Native Queen, hold people to the fire. Call people out. I can guarantee you Whale Capper will be the first one to say, yes, by all means, call out my bad plays. He is a great, great, great human being, not a guy who's afraid to confront his losses. And Native Queen, absolutely, no disrespect taken. No disrespect taken. Shouting out shitty picks of any handicapper on SBR, including myself, is absolutely fine. And absolutely what we would like you to do, as long as you're fair about it. All right, let's see. Okay. That's okay. All right, so that is it for NFL. Again, Kobe Valentine's plays, prop bets. Big Ben over 315.5 passing yards. Connor over 70.5 rushing yards. Brown over 8 receiving yards, and SM likes that one as well. Jackson over 61.5 receiving. Evans over 80.5 receiving, and longest rush under 22.5. We will look into this game a lot more in the evening show. Now let's get to a college football. Again, I'm coming off a good week. A lot of times when I talk about how well I'm doing in a show, the next set of picks I make are huge losers. In MMA, that happens to me all the time. It happened to me, I can't even remember, it happened to me recently. But I am coming off a good week in college football, and there's a bunch of bets that I did make on the opening lines. One of them was definitely TCU. I'll review all the picks that I did make. Okay, all the bets that I made. I did bet TCU. I did take a shot with Rutgers at plus 17. That might have been a huge mistake. But I have my reasons for thinking that maybe Rutgers will bounce back a little bit here. I did take Louisiana Lafayette plus 49 against Alabama. We know that Alabama, historically, it has not been a good team when they're a good bet when they're a favorite in this range. It's changed a little bit recently. They did get a 50-point win earlier this year, but I did take a shot with Louisiana Lafayette at 49. There are still 49s available, and I might give that one. I did take a shot with Arkansas against Texas A&M. I know Arkansas is absolute dog shit. Complete and total and pure dog shit. Let me pull up my college football notes. But I think there might be just a little bit of an overreaction here. And maybe Arkansas might have a little bit of value at this huge line. Arkansas, of course, got blasted by Auburn, but they did outgain Auburn. And, Texas A&M is coming off the huge Alabama game. And I did take a shot with Arkansas. Yes, I did. I took a shot with Arkansas. Other plays that I bet on the overnight line, let me just refresh my memory. I did take a shot with Kent State plus 8.5 against Ball State. I did take a shot with East Carolina against Old Dominion. I know Old Dominion's coming off the huge win against Virginia Tech, and it looked very, very impressive. And the line has gotten bet down, but I did take a shot with East Carolina against Old Dominion. That line is now down to 5. I actually got it at 6.5. That's not good. It's now down to 5, but I did take a shot with it. I did take a shot with Western Michigan plus 2.5 against Miami, Ohio. I did take a shot with other shots that I took. I did take a shot with Nebraska plus 3 against Purdue. I know that Nebraska has not looked good so far here. And Purdue pounded BC, which is an impressive result. Maybe a little bit of an overreaction. I did take a shot with Nebraska. Again, I'm just telling you what I bet, folks. These are not guaranteed to be, 53% picks, even that. I'm just telling you what I bet, and I am coming off of a good week in college football. What else did I bet? I did take a shot with Georgia Southern plus 4 against Arkansas State. Arkansas State has definitely benefited from turnovers recently, and Georgia Southern, with their run-heavy style of play, is not likely to gift Arkansas State turnovers like that. So I took a shot with Georgia Southern +4. I did take a shot with Mississippi State against Florida. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Florida coming off the huge win against Tennessee. I did not see that one coming. I had the under on that one, and I had Tennessee. I did bet that one. That was the under was an official pick. The Tennessee play was just a lean, but I lost on both of those. And Mississippi State, of course, coming off the loss to Kentucky. I did not touch that game at all. But Al McMorty had a great call on Kentucky. I did bet Mississippi State. I did buy it down to 7, and 7 is currently available at BetMania, BetPhoenix, and I did bet that one. I did bet TCU at -11. It's now down to 10.5. I know TCU's coming off the big loss. I know Iowa State can be tough. I'm leaning UTEP +10.5 against UTSA. I'm just going to have to look into that one a little bit more. Let's see, other plays. I'm definitely leaning South Carolina against Kentucky. I had South Carolina last week. Money has come in on Kentucky, but I'm leaning South Carolina. Ohio State, Penn State, that as of right now is a total pass for me. Let me see. Same thing with Stanford, Notre Dame. I think you got to be leaning Stanford getting points, but I'm going to definitely have to look into this one a little bit more. I did take a shot with Ole Miss at LSU. I got 13.5. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. 13.5. Now down to 11.5 or 12.5. Still not convinced that LSU has the offense to be reliably this big of a favorite, and I will make that one an official pick right now before that line moves any further. Ole Miss, I'm not going to get. I bet it at 13.5. I'm now going to have to take 12.5 -115. That is at Bet Online. It's down to 11.5 at Pinnacle. But I'm going to make that an official pick. Ole Miss +12.5 -115 at LSU. I can feel the don't do it Pete's coming in. Look, I'm not the best college football handicapper in the world. I'm coming off a good week. I'm just sharing. I do have the confidence enough to give my picks publicly, though. So hopefully I will overall have a decent week. I did bet that one. All right, let's see. Let's check some comments that are coming in. Tomrino Tomor says, TCU's quarterback makes horrible decisions every game. The defense is solid, but I can't back them against good defenses. Yeah, I hear you. Isaac Hagen says, Kentucky is better than they've ever been. Definitely. I hear you on that one. Joey Kerr says, is Cal the underdog against Oregon? Yes. I was thinking about taking a shot with Cal there. Tomrino Tomor says, Ole Miss has strong receivers, but their defenses looked horrible. I know. Look, obviously, you can make a strong case. These college football lines are very tight. You can make a strong case against any play in college football. Kyle Jacks, early MAC plays, leaning Miami, Ohio. Okay, -2. Northern Illinois +3. Northern Illinois money line, and Bowling Green +27.5. Interesting. Northern Illinois, of course, has not looked good so far this year, but I know that Kyle Jack was very high on Northern Illinois to start the season, and maybe they are undervalued right now. They got beat down at Florida State, which I was leaning Florida State. Eastern Michigan off the tough game against San Diego State. Eastern Michigan's a tough team, right? They have two quarterbacks, both of whom can be effective. But Northern Illinois has played very, very tough games, though. A very tough schedule. And Kyle Jack might be onto something here. Northern Illinois might be a lot better than they've looked. They've definitely played some tough competition. DJ Big Boss says Stanford got to be tired, and this game's not going to do much for the spot in the Pac-12. Yes, that's the other argument. Obviously, off the OT tough game where they won, it might be a letdown spot for Stanford. Frank Alexander says, I like LSU by 14. Okay. Damn. All right. We'll see. DT Doug says Ole Miss has no depth either. They gas out in the second half. Yeah. No, I know. I might have made a mistake there. I'm just telling you what I bet. I might be stacking losers here. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Frank Alexander likes LSU. Ricky Levine, Notre Dame all day. Pac-12 is garbage. That line is getting bet up. Okay, let's see. Southpaw likes Penn State. First comment I've seen liking Penn State. Big Ragu says Nebraska is in trouble. I know they suck. Native Green says, Pete, Eastern Carolina is really not that good. They really, really, really suck. I know. They're not that good of a team. I just saw some numbers that made me think that maybe, it might be a better spot for them. They did, they did actually outgain South Florida. I know there's reasons for that, but it's obviously Old Dominion has had some duds this year as well. I hear you, Native Queen. They really, really, really suck. I know. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right, let's see. What else do we like here? Flipper 13 says, Pete, Arkansas plus how many points? I think I had 18 or 18 and a half. I know the line has moved. I didn't get a great line. Noli knows like Arkansas State -4. Look, I might be stacking losers here. I'm just telling you what I bet. Noli knows, though, does like Western Michigan +2 going against Miami of Ohio. Let's see. Other comments here coming in. I might have made some mistakes. Tom Reno says the Pac-12 is garbage. Look at their record in bowl games the last several years. Yeah, Notre Dame might be the play. All right, so I've given Ole Miss, and that might have been a mistake. But I think I'm going to stick with it. And I will also take Mississippi State. BetMania and BetPhoenix do have -7, so I'll throw that one on there. Now that 7 is available, Mississippi State -7, -110. That's a second official pick against Florida. Mississippi State -7. That is a second official pick. All right, maybe I won't go crazy with my official plays here. Maybe I'll just be a little bit more circumspect and more careful, more prudent, and add them on later on in the week. Again, plays I'm thinking about. I know Rutgers is a doormat. Thinking about adding them at +17. Louisiana Lafayette. That one I got to give. It's just a standard fade of Alabama. Louisiana Lafayette's going to give everything they got. Louisiana +49 is still available. That's what I got. 49 -110. No 49.5. So I'll throw that one on there as well. Louisiana Lafayette +49 -110. That is a market line right now. Again, Arkansas +20. Where is this line going to go? Not exactly sure, but I'm leaning that way. Arkansas has looked awful so far this year. All right, maybe I'll pull it, but I'll throw that one on there as well. Arkansas +20 -106. +20 -106. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Other leans that I got. Thinking about Kent State +8.5. I got to look into that a little bit more. East Carolina -5. I'm leaning that way, despite the fact that Native Queen legitimately says East Carolina really, really, really suck. And I can't make a strong argument against it. Basically, they do. Yes, basically they do. Western Michigan, Miami, Ohio. I'm going to look into that one more deeply this week. I'm leaning Western Michigan, though, +2.5. Kyle Noli knows, agrees with that. Kyle Jack does not. He is leaning Miami, Ohio. I'm thinking Baylor might be a play as that line creeps up. It's now up to 24. Baylor against Oklahoma. I like Baylor last week against Kansas. I'm thinking maybe as this line creeps up, Baylor. And you know what? I will also take Nebraska as an official pick. I understand Purdue looked very impressive against BC, but I'm going to take Nebraska here. +3, +102. I can feel the don't do it, Pete's cascading in. But I will throw that one on as well. Nebraska +3, +102. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Probably I should wait for the money line and take that one. But I'll throw that one on there right now. Nebraska +3, +102. Definitely thinking about a shot with Kansas State at +8.5 now. It's headed up. Texas looks very impressive. Kansas State does not look good, but I'm leaning that way. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm even thinking about taking Northwestern, believe it or not, at 14 against Michigan. Definitely leaning Georgia Southern +4, but I'm going to have to look into that one a little bit more. Mississippi State, I already gave it. TCU. I'll see where this line moves. If it drops down to 10, I'll take it. If it goes up to 12.5, I'll probably take it as well. But I'm leaning TCU. I'll just hold off for now. UTEP +10.5. Definitely a lean there. South Carolina, Kentucky. Fascinating game. Thinking about South Carolina. Notre Dame, Stanford. Notre Dame's getting bet up. Those people might be onto something. I gave Ole Miss +12.5. Might have made a mistake. There. I admit it. All right, let's look for some comments coming in. Kobe Valentine, is Kansas State at home? Yes. Joey Kerr says Northwestern is interesting. Rostradama says college football is just amazing to me. Anything can and will usually happen. Absolutely. Eric Swiatek I took TCU minus 10.5. KG, after what ODU just did to Virginia Tech, I like ECU sometimes, but can't back them in this spot. Yes, I'm going to look into it a little bit more, see where the line moves. I'm thinking about it. Eric Swiatek likes Northwestern plus 13. I was leaning that way as well. Tom Reno says Harbaugh tends to clean up against weaker teams like Northwestern. He doesn't win big games, but he usually wins and covers these games. That is also very true. Tom Reno Tomor. And again, Northwestern doesn't have a, a lot of times they just the talent discrepancy just is too much to overcome. Jay Scum, keep doubting Kentucky. They're a legit team, and South Carolina is better this year, but UK has owned them in recent years. Yes, I'm not doubting Kentucky. I didn't have the balls to give them last week, even though Al McMorty had no doubt about it when he gave them, and I got burned there. Or I just, Big Ragoose says, Pete, I like Louisiana Tech. Let's see. Looking for comments here. Frank Alexander, Nebraska going to win sooner or later. Yes. Notre Dame should take care of business. Real TC likes Texas Tech money line. Okay, that's an interesting game as well. I want to look into that a little bit more too. Texas Tech might be a lot better this year. Interesting stuff here. DT Duggs like Middle Tennessee plus 5. That was an interesting line. The line is creeping up. I was thinking about that one as well. DJ Big Boss, Ohio State on a mission. I'm just looking for other comments here. Noli Knows likes Western Michigan against going up against Kyle Jack. All right. Yeah, Tom Marino says Northwestern defenses look bad. No secondary. If Thorson gets all the snaps, they can score though. All right, college football. We've been looking at college football all week long. We'll be looking at the line moves. I might have been making some mistakes here, but as of right now, I have given Mississippi plus 12.5, Mississippi State minus 7, Louisiana Lafayette plus 49, Arkansas plus 20, and Nebraska plus 3 as official picks. Plays I'm thinking about / leaning towards / already bet and might give later on this week. Again, Rutgers plus all those points, 17.5. Thinking about Kent State plus 8.5. Eastern Carolina minus 5. That might be a horrible play, but I'm thinking about it. Western Michigan plus 2. Baylor plus 24. Kansas State plus 8.5. Northwestern plus 14. I'm still thinking about it. Georgia Southern plus 4. TCU minus 10.5. UTEP plus 10.5. Thinking about Kentucky plus 1.5. Got to admit, as awesome as Kentucky has been, thinking about South Carolina, not Kentucky. South Carolina plus 1.5. As awesome as Kentucky has been, as impressive as their win was, as good as they are this year relative to years past, I think I'm leaning South Carolina here at plus 1.5. And that's it. Those are all my leans. Thinking about Cal at home plus 3 against Oregon as well. These lines will mature. We'll get a lot more information as the week comes in. College football, very unpredictable. Last week, a lot of people were saying that Wisconsin was a bad bet. I just liked the spot. I understood why people liked, Iowa at home. They tend to be a very, very strong home underdog, but I feel like it's when they're a bigger underdog against teams that are maybe overlooking them a little, not necessarily a team coming off a loss like Wisconsin. So, you can make strong arguments for most of these lines. Jay Scum says, I can't trust Kansas State to cover anymore this year. They are bad. For sure. For sure. All right. And I think we can wrap up today's show. Once again, in MLB, my official plays, Miami, first half team total under 1.5 minus 130. Pittsburgh, first half team total over 1.5 minus 120. Baltimore, Boston, second half under 3.5. Miami, Washington, second half under 3.5. And White Sox, second half money line plus 210. I've given a bunch of plays in college football, a bunch of leans. I hope that I didn't jinx my college football plays this year by starting off this show bragging about how awesome my picks and leans were from last week. I hope I didn't jinx it. And I hope my reads on college football this week are roughly as accurate as they were last week. I'm going to look into it a little bit more. We'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Jimmy the Bag might be here. He might not be here. Hold on one second. I have to sneeze for a second. We'll be back. All right. This is gold. Sports betting video content on the internet. Gold right here. My name is Peter Loshak. You're watching SBR Videos. Thanks so much, everyone, for all your support all the time through thick and thin in this show. I love you so much. Jimmy the Bag loves you so much. Awesome job, Walter Trotter, on the over. Awesome job on all the people giving out great prop picks in NFL. Awesome job, Kyle Jack, for giving us a great Mac analysis. Awesome job, Tom Reno Tomor, for always giving a contrarian opinion on a lot of the plays that we're thinking. We'll be back in the afternoon at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We'll review all the MLB lines, maybe add some MLB picks. We'll go more in depth into the Pittsburgh NFL game tonight, and maybe touch a little bit more on college football. I love you very much. See you at 6 o'clock Eastern time.